My name is Cassy Summers. Welcome to the Curious Universe podcast. Body's talking. Bodies are talking. What is your body saying? All right, so this month I'm exploring a lot of holiday topics, playing with the magic of that engagement. And right before I was coming on to record this episode, I had these waves of like fatigue. Okay, so my body was like, I'm not saying my body was communicating to it, my body felt really tired. Now, I was just at a 3-day body class, an advanced 3-day body class, which can create some dynamic change. Imagine the very cells of your body mutating. Okay. Imagine, the butterfly is such a great example. So we have this magical creature called the caterpillar. I love caterpillars. Always love caterpillars. And they go and they make a little cocoon. And then they like turn into literal mush, which is crazy, guys. It is crazy. I can't, there's a word for it. You probably know the word for it. I forgot the word for it. And they just kind of like turn into this soupy mush. And then they start to mutate. They're mutating, their whole body is mutating, and it's growing these magnificent wings. And eventually it will burst through and flutter away as the butterfly that it has been reborn as. Okay, so sometimes things go on either within our life or with our body or both at the same time. That is that type of like total mutation of your cells. This is a time to even more dynamically listen to the whispers of your body. We ask for this change. We demand this change of our bodies, and then when our bodies go to change, how many times have you been sick or something and been like, oh, this is so annoying. Oh, I won't feel this way. I want to go out. I want to do this. I want to do. It's all about the doing. It's all about what you feel that you suddenly can't do, and you feel held back by not being able to do more. So interesting, right? And yet your body, even though you can't physically see it on the outside, maybe under a microscope you could, your body is actually doing so much. It is transforming so much, both energetically and in a real, true physical way. And do you have the allowance for that? I know so many people right now that are having some sort of illness, or they know someone being ill. No one wants to be ill around the holidays. And there's what I notice, a lot of people have more doing during the holidays. Holidays are supposed to be like relaxing and receiving and whimsical. And what I see most people do, I've done this too, I'm not saying I'm immune, getting caught up and running around the doing, ooh, and less of the being that allows them to have more receiving. I am not saying that you need to lie there and not do anything. Not at all. Part of for me is like there's a piece of engagement in actually like getting up, going out, communicating with people, having conversations, going out in nature and engaging with the earth. Um, there is a, yeah, really, the word is engagement that I love to choose every day. One thing that kept showing up for me at the class was a greater sense of energy, as though all this energy that had been trapped in my body or like locked out of coming into my body was so accessible. And so even though just weird circumstances, I had very little sleep on this trip, I had so much energy and I was like, I want to go talk with people and I want to go here and I want to check this out. And not from a space of doing, from the space of being and engaging. So enlivening and exciting. And then here I am where I live in my town, in my home, and my body's going, can we rest? It's started to create its cocoon. Now, as a entrepreneur, as a single mom, as all of these things, I have a lot of things on my schedule. I often schedule out like a month in advance, and I'll have little spaces for things to jump in here and there. But to suddenly just be like, oh, okay, my body's asking for more rest, I'm just going to not do the things, is for me a massive one change from how I used to function, but also like building a muscle of not making my body, not requiring my body to be sick to gift it what it's asking for, which has been really cool because in the past, that's the only thing that would have created this for me was like sick. And I'm not talking a little sick because I've been very high functioning while I'm sick. Most people I see are not, but I can actually accomplish quite a bit. But I'm talking knocked out, fever, you can barely move, you can barely breathe, sick. That's what my body would have to create for me to just gift it that cocooning space. So I'm exploring this for myself, and I wanted to invite you to this, and I wanted to explore this with you to see what's going on for you. Now, you might not be having this sense of cocooning. Just because a lot of people I know are doesn't mean that that's applying to you. What might be applying to you is this energy that you want to play with, you want to explore, you want to go out and socialize and engage with all these people, have this Christmas cheer, go on holiday walks with your friends, drinking your, like, I don't know, I was gonna say eggnog, but that would be cold. Hot chocolate, that's it. Hot chocolate, baby. And what if part of that was your body's awareness of greater possibilities, however it's showing up for you? And are you willing to acknowledge and then follow through with that awareness without your body having to create something um, to push you towards the possibility? You and your body are teammates, right? So how hard do we make our bodies work? Because we're not always a team player. No, we're not. Yeah, I try to be. Something really beautiful that was said into the class was oh wow, it just dropped out of my head. There we go. See, this is that like I should probably get off this podcast soon because my body is like, could we take a nap? And but I also want to put this into your universe is that there's also a lot of who does this belong to that you want to be asking. Maybe you want to sleep because you want to shut out awareness or shut out the holiday craziness, or maybe um, you feel like I need to go out and I need to talk to people, and that might not even be yours. So we've had this conversation on different podcasts, so I don't want to get into it too much, but if you go to access consciousness / who does it belong to, there is a really cool video from Dr. Dane here. He's the co-founder of Access Consciousness, which is all the magical tools that I love to use in here. And there's even a free app where you can have these like notifications show up on your phone, and they'll be like, who does this belong to? Who does this belong to? Like getting you to acknowledge when you think something belongs to you that absolutely does not belong to you. Woo! And then, so say the fatigue wasn't mine, for example. What if I was tapping into all the bodies that were at that body class? Or I was tapping into all the bodies that live like on my street, my block, or my whole city, or my country, you know? And then when you use that tool, who does it belong to? And you return to sender with consciousness attached, you will have a greater sense of how your body is actually feeling. So your body might feel tired or just desiring some more relaxation, or your body might be, actually, I just would like to move around. I would like to go dancing. I would like to go get some fresh air and play in the snow or whatever it is, right? So your body is a communicator. It communicates to you all the time. But it's not just communicating stuff that's relevant to you in your life. It will communicate to you what's going on with other bodies around you and other people around you. So the Who Does It Belong To tool, especially in the holidays, is such a game changer. Please play with that. But also with your body, it is such a game changer. Too often are we feeling other people's stuff with our bodies. And it doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to live that way. Your body doesn't have to function that way. It is just information, and you thank your body for the information and let it know what is relevant to you. So and I think I've talked about this before on another show too. I'm really clear with my body what's relevant. Like, what is relevant for me is the expansion of consciousness, number one. The expansion of my life and my living is number two. And that would include, money, wealth. My body is very essential to my life and living. My kids, the people that are close to me, those sorts of things, right? Okay. So let's go to the cocooning thing just a little bit longer. So if you did get a sense like that was applying to you, and again, cocooning doesn't necessarily mean I'm really tired. It could be showing it really differently for you. It could be, I just want to read this book, and I want to step into this universe in this book. Or you're watching a really great Netflix series and you just want to immerse yourself in it. It could show up in many different ways for you. So in this cocooning process that this shows up, what are some of the tools that you could use to still have a life? Because not all of us have the luxury, and I do say it's a luxury to, just be out for a week and a half. As my kids are wonderful and they can be self-sufficient to some degree, but they're still young enough that I can't just check out for 2 weeks. And my business requires me and all the things, right? So what if we didn't have to check out? What if we could still be present with everything but give our body that space of cocooning, that space of total transformation? And what I've noticed personally is when I don't fight it and when I lean into it and really asking my body, okay, what do you require, without having a point of view, without being like, oh, you probably need more sleep or you need a bath or you need whatever. When I lean into it, like whatever you require, I will do whatever it takes to get that for you, because I'm so committed to my life and my body is part of that. That means I have a commitment to my body. So if my body's asking for something, I show up. Yeah. So really listening to what your body's asking for, no matter how weird or strange it could be. My body's asking for so much sugar right now. And I'm like, I don't normally eat this much sugar, but whatever it is, it's requiring that for this transformation, for becoming the next butterfly that I'm going to be. It could be, you could be like, actually, I just need to have a whole bunch of orgasms. And that's the thing that's gonna like give your body the energies it requires for the ease of transformation. That's what I was saying. I didn't finish that thought. So the more I lean in and the more I'm willing to just get on board with whatever is required, I find that that transformation from what's it called? That little cute thing, caterpillar to butterfly is faster, so much faster and easier. When I resist and fight and I keep trying to push through, that's when I'm sick and I'm out for like so long. It's really, really challenging. It feels like everything kind of falls apart around me. And I noticed that this actually happened last year. Last year? Yeah, it was last year. I was taking this Being You class with Dr. Dane here online. It was phenomenal. And shortly after that class, I got really sick. Like, just knocked out, could barely do anything for 2 weeks. And I haven't had that. I can't even remember the last time, other than that time. And it was quite miraculous, though, because once that had kind of finished its cycle, my communion with my body was totally different. And my life just started to change in these unexpected ways, which is part of the magic of bodies, is that you, like your body is invested in you having a great life. You know, like those friends that like they talk like they really want you to have a good life and they really like want the best for you, but then if something comes up and they have a possibility to like take it from you, they're going to take it from you rather than you allowing you to have it. Or they're secretly jealous of you or whatever. Your body's never like that. Your body will never, stab you in the back. Your body doesn't have this ulterior motive of what it's actually up to is to like sabotage your happiness. It just wouldn't make sense. Your body is actually so committed to you. It is so, if you've ever wanted something or someone to commit to you, like I know some people love, like there's animals and the animal to validate that human will be so damn committed and loyal. Some of us want a partner like that or friendships like that. Well, you have this magical creature that is so committed to you, it will kill itself for you. It will do anything for you. It is so committed to you. So, what if we could take a few days to commit to it? Like, what if we could just gift it what it's requiring for this transformation? And if you don't have days to do this, you had that conversation. Hey, body, I have so much on my plate. Maybe you feel overwhelmed, the holidays, all the stuff, right? And you can say, could we, instead of having an hour-long bath, could we do this for 10 minutes? It's all I really have right now. See, my body was just like, yeah, that sounds great. I wasn't even considering a 10-minute bath. Maybe I need to have to do that tonight. And what else? Like, rather than going, oh, I can't, you could ask, okay, what can I choose here that would facilitate and contribute to my body as it transforms? And you, the being, contribute to you because you're transforming too. Like it's so cool because you can see transformation in a body with your eyes, right? So someone like has an extreme weight change, whether it's from thin to heavy or heavy to thin, like that's a huge transformation. Or growth spurts in kids. I think that's always fun when suddenly they're like, you got taller. What happened, right? So we could see these transformations, but as an energetic being, so the being that occupies the body, it's not as easy to identify the change because you can't see it. You can't be like, oh, being, you got taller. You're so much like heavier than you used to be. Well, you can usually feel that. Your body will let you know it feels the heaviness, right? So what transformation is your being going through that you've also never acknowledged? And anything that doesn't allow you to acknowledge that and acknowledge your body with that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Here comes the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, pods, creations, basics, and beyonds. So if you want more information on what I just said, go to theclearingstatement.com. There is a video there with Dr. Dane here. And I think Simone Milicis is in there. She's an incredible contribution to Access Consciousness. And you can learn more. But right here on the show, we just use it like a magic wand. It just clears stuff. It's so wonderful. Okay, so that transformation piece. So what if your very being, okay, was becoming its own butterfly? Like, what if it was actually transmulting and then transforming into something different? But because you can't see it, you're not acknowledging it. And so sometimes the body has to create the illness or the whatever as a way of having your back so you can actually give yourself space for your being to transform. And sometimes you're doing it together, and sometimes it's just the body. It's this whole magical thing, and you just have to ask questions about it. So in the rush of the holidays, what if we could still choose to create space for whatever transformation may be occurring for you? Because it can be a transformative time. I do believe in the miracles of Christmas, not from a religious perspective, because I'm not religious, not from a Santa Claus perspective, because I don't believe that there's a man that comes into my house and puts gifts there. But there's definitely an entity of Santa Claus that I love and adore and communicate with. I do have this sense that there are times in the world where people are willing to receive more magic, and Christmas happens to be one of those times. Is that changing? Yes. Is it being like pulled out of the world? Yes. Can we change that? Yes. By your willingness to acknowledge it, by your willingness to have it in your own life and to engage and explore it with other people, just like we are here right now. Yeah, cool. Anything that's on that, can we destroy it and create it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, POC and POD, all 100, shorts, boys, pobats, creations, bases, and beyonds. So here we are at that time of miracles, a time of transformation, this beautiful space of possibility. What are you choosing with it? And it is a choice. Here's the thing. I am so guilty of being the person that's like, I just don't have time. I just can't. I just don't have time. I just can't. That's this like solid conclusion about what is possible and what is not possible. Blah. And what if your choice will actually like wedge in to the impossibility and create a possibility? So I had this, actually, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I was looking at something I really wanted to get my kiddo for his birthday. And the only like window of time I could find was an hour. We had to include driving. Okay. And the place I wanted to drive to was 20 minutes away. And I had to go in, I had to get this thing, and I wanted to get back. And I'm like, what is possible for this to work out greater than I ever imagined possible? And I had a client, and I don't like being like just rushing in. I like to be like kind of like in my space, kind of really settled in, being really present before I jump on with a client. So I had all these asks in my world. And so I just kind of asked, what would it take for all of this to work out? What would it take for this to be faster than I ever imagined possible? And then I was like, what if I just asked for everything I actually would like to do in this short period of time, even if it's impossible? And again, even if you just looked at driving time, this is impossible, what I'm about to ask for. So I asked to get to the store. I asked to find the item that I wanted, that I already knew, and I already knew where it was. I asked to find a secondary item for my son to buy for my little kiddo, the oldest son for the youngest son. I asked to have time to hit up the ice cream store on the way back to get an ice cream cake. And then I asked to even have time to go to the dollar store and blow up some balloons. None of that is possible, even literally if you just took driving time. And I just asked for it anyways. This is like, I would like this without a point of view, without like trying to force it, without trying to like expect it, and without having any anger or frustration of like not feeling I can't have it. Like, you know, we've already decided we can't have it, but we're asking for it anyways. I was just like, maybe this could happen. So I got to the store and I got the 2 items pretty much immediately. Even FaceTime my kid and we talked about the items more time. Bought the items, got to the ice cream store, got to the dollar store, and I didn't actually like any of the balloons there, so I didn't blow them up. But I could have, and then got home in time to make myself a hot chocolate before my client. Talk about a time of miracles. Like, that doesn't even make sense. And yet here we are. And yet it was possible. How much has my being transformed since that advanced body class that allows for such things? This is that magical upgrade, guys. Like, I have a monthly membership called Wizardry, and the tagline this year is find out what you're capable of. And it's literally about that. Like, what are you capable of? So I'm capable of folding time and actualizing things in a time frame that is impossible. How cool is that? And somehow after this class, I got an upgrade because I'm noticing so much more showing up with this time play. What are you capable of? And what is your body capable of? And what would you require to choose to have that transformation or that upgrade or whatever you want to call it that would allow that what you're capable of to be expressed? Boom, boom, boom. That would be a beautiful, miraculous thing to show up, huh? And whether you're asking that for Christmas or you're asking that for no reason or you're asking it tomorrow or in the new year, what if truly you could receive all magic, all possibilities available every day, whatever is available that day for you, for your body, for your life and your living, and just ask for it. What miracle, what magic is available today? And can I have it, please? Can that actualize as my reality now, please? And anything that doesn't allow that, and you're asking this obviously for you, will you destroy it and create it? Right, wrong, good, bad, pocket pot, all 100 shorts, boys, poets, creations, basics. Thank you for joining me on the Curious Universe podcast, where we bypass the structures of reality so you can create your own miraculous reality, because you truly can. You can create it, you can have it, you can actualize it as the phenomenons you're aware of. Thank you for exploring, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Thank you for exploring the curious universe with me. Your curiosity matters. And what if together we could create a greater, more curious world?